My beloved child. Stop scrolling for just a moment. There is a reason your eyes landed on this message at this exact time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and every word you hear from this moment forward is connected to a story that has been unfolding quietly, far beyond what you could see. There is someone who has been carrying unspoken thoughts for longer than you realize. Every day they tried to convince themselves that they could remain silent. Every day they believed they would find the perfect moment to speak. But today changed everything. Something happened. Not the kind of event that everyone notices. Not the kind that fills the room with noise. It happened quietly, deep inside a heart that could no longer ignore what it truly felt. One unexpected moment turned hesitation into certainty, confusion into clarity, and distance into longing. Don't skip. Because what happened next is the reason this story found you today. Your soulmate has been replaying countless memories in their mind. Small conversations. Tiny smiles. Ordinary moments that suddenly became extraordinary when they looked back on them. They realized that the things they once overlooked were actually the moments that mattered the most. For the first time, they stopped asking themselves, "What if I wait a little longer?" Instead, they began asking, "What if I lose the chance to say what has been in my heart all along?" That single question changed everything. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They never expected today to become the day when everything inside them would shift. They thought life would continue exactly as it always had. They believed tomorrow would look just like yesterday. But then something unexpected happened. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. It was simply impossible to ignore. A simple reminder. A familiar memory. A passing thought. One small moment that suddenly connected every unanswered question they had been carrying. And in that instant, they realized there was one person they could no longer stop thinking about. You. Since then, your name has echoed through their thoughts more times than they can count. Every plan they imagined somehow included you. Every future they pictured somehow led back to the same place. That realization surprised even them. Don't skip. Because this is only the beginning of the story. There is still something they have not said. There is still something they have not explained. There is still one conversation waiting to happen. That conversation has been delayed by uncertainty, by timing, and by questions they could never fully answer. Until today. Today became different. Today became unforgettable. Today became the day when silence finally started losing its power. Imagine someone standing in front of a closed door, wondering whether they should knock or simply walk away forever. That is exactly where your soulmate found themselves. For so long they stood there, afraid that speaking honestly might change everything. Then they realized something even greater. Remaining silent would change everything too. That truth became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every heartbeat now carries a new sense of urgency. Every passing hour reminds them that meaningful moments should never be postponed forever. They have started preparing themselves for a conversation they once believed would never happen. Not because someone forced them. Not because circumstances demanded it. But because their own heart finally became stronger than their fears. They want their words to be remembered. They want their feelings to be understood. Most of all, they hope that when the right moment arrives, nothing important will remain hidden anymore. This story is not about coincidence. It is about timing. Sometimes life quietly places two stories on separate paths until the exact moment those paths are ready to meet. Perhaps that moment is closer than anyone expected. Don't skip. Every second matters now. As the day continued, another realization appeared. Your soulmate understood that waiting for the perfect moment often means missing the beautiful moment already standing in front of you. That thought stayed with them. It followed them through every hour. It refused to disappear. And now, the message they have been carrying feels more important than ever before. Not because everything is changing around them, but because something meaningful has changed within them. Their perspective is different. Their priorities are different. Even their hopes for tomorrow are different. The story you are hearing today began with uncertainty. But it is slowly becoming a story about courage. A story about choosing honesty over hesitation. A story about finally believing that some words deserve to be spoken before another day passes. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part has not even arrived yet. Because the moment that truly changed everything came after all of these realizations. A single unexpected discovery made them pause completely. It answered questions they never knew how to ask. It connected pieces they believed would never fit together. And when they finally understood what it meant, they knew they could not remain silent much longer. That is where this story continues. The next chapter reveals what they discovered, why it left them completely speechless, and why they now feel an overwhelming need to speak with you immediately. So don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the biggest revelation is still waiting. The story becomes even more extraordinary from this moment, because what your soulmate discovered was not what they expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next few moments may completely change the way you understand everything that has happened so far. They thought they already knew the truth, but today they realized there was an even deeper layer they had never noticed before. One quiet moment gave them a completely different perspective, and suddenly every memory, every conversation, and every unanswered feeling began connecting like pieces of a puzzle that had been waiting for the perfect time to come together. For a long time they believed that distance had weakened the connection. They assumed silence meant the story was fading away. But today they understood something that surprised even their own heart. Real connections do not disappear simply because words become fewer. Sometimes the strongest feelings grow quietly while no one is watching. That realization stopped them completely. They replayed every meaningful memory again and again, and each one carried the same message. Every road they imagined somehow led back to you. Every future they pictured somehow included your presence. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then another unexpected realization appeared. They remembered a small detail that once seemed completely ordinary. At the time it felt insignificant, almost forgettable. But today that tiny detail became the missing piece they had been searching for. Suddenly everything made sense. The kindness, the patience, the unexpected smiles, the moments of understanding that seemed too natural to be explained, they all formed one beautiful picture. Your soulmate realized those moments were never ordinary. They were gentle reminders that something meaningful had been growing all along. The more they reflected, the more impossible it became to stay silent. Their heart was no longer asking whether they should speak. Instead, it was asking how much longer they could wait before finally saying everything they had been holding inside. Every passing minute felt more important than the last. Every hour carried the same quiet reminder that meaningful words should never remain hidden forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something happened that they never imagined would happen. While looking back on their journey, they suddenly recognized a pattern. Every unexpected turn, every delay, every unanswered question had quietly guided them toward one important understanding. Nothing had truly been wasted. Every chapter had been preparing them for this exact moment. That realization filled them with a sense of peace they had not experienced in a very long time. Instead of focusing on what had not happened, they began appreciating everything that had brought them here. At that exact moment they whispered to themselves, "I cannot wait forever. There is something I need to say." Those words were simple, yet they carried more meaning than anything they had spoken in months. They realized that honest conversations create possibilities that silence never can. That thought stayed with them through every moment of the day, growing stronger with every passing hour. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But the greatest surprise had not arrived yet. As the evening continued, another memory suddenly returned with remarkable clarity. It was a moment they had almost forgotten, yet now it stood brighter than ever before. They remembered a feeling of comfort, a feeling of trust, a feeling that life somehow felt lighter whenever thoughts of you entered their heart. They could no longer dismiss it as coincidence. They finally accepted that some people leave an impression that time cannot erase. Now they feel that every unanswered question deserves an honest answer. Every unspoken feeling deserves a voice. Every meaningful connection deserves a chance to be understood. That is why they feel an overwhelming need to reach out. Not because they fear tomorrow, but because they finally understand the value of today. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What they are preparing to reveal next is the one truth they never imagined they would be ready to say aloud. It is the discovery that transformed hesitation into confidence and silence into determination. When that moment finally arrives, every piece of this story will begin fitting together in a way neither of you could have imagined. And that incredible revelation is closer than ever before. Everything changes from this point forward, because your soulmate has finally reached the moment they never thought would come. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter of this story reveals why they suddenly feel an overwhelming need to speak with you immediately. What they discovered did not come through a dramatic event. It came through complete clarity. For the first time, every doubt faded, every unanswered question found its place, and every hidden feeling became impossible to ignore. They spent countless moments trying to convince themselves that time would eventually provide every answer. They believed that waiting longer would somehow make everything easier. Instead, the opposite happened. Every day of silence made one truth even stronger. Every quiet moment reminded them that the most meaningful conversations are the ones that should never be postponed. They finally realized that life keeps moving, opportunities keep passing, but genuine feelings deserve to be expressed while the moment is still alive. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they reflected on everything that had happened, they noticed something remarkable. Every challenge had quietly taught them patience. Every delay had strengthened their understanding. Every unexpected twist had prepared them to appreciate something truly meaningful. Suddenly they stopped focusing on what had gone wrong and started recognizing everything that had gone right without them even noticing. That change in perspective transformed the entire story. Then came the realization that completely surprised them. They understood that every time they imagined a peaceful future, one familiar face always appeared. Every hopeful thought naturally included the same person. Every dream of happiness somehow circled back to the same connection. They tried to ignore it at first, believing it was only imagination. But the feeling refused to disappear. Instead, it became clearer with every passing hour until they could no longer deny what their heart had already accepted. That is why they now feel they need to talk to you immediately. Not because they want to relive the past. Not because they are searching for perfect words. But because they finally understand that some conversations are too meaningful to keep waiting for another day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was another unexpected moment that changed everything even more. They looked back at the smallest memories, the conversations that lasted only a few minutes, the unexpected smiles, the quiet encouragement, the kindness that seemed ordinary at the time. Suddenly those simple moments became priceless. They realized that life's greatest treasures are often hidden inside moments that almost go unnoticed. That realization filled their heart with gratitude and gave them the courage they had been missing. Now every new sunrise feels different. Every passing hour feels more valuable. Every opportunity to speak honestly feels more important than ever before. The silence that once felt comfortable now feels impossible to keep. Their heart keeps reminding them that meaningful words have their own perfect time, and that time feels closer than ever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But there is still one final discovery they have not shared. It is the single realization that brought complete certainty into their heart. It answered questions they had carried for far too long. It revealed why every unexpected event had quietly guided them toward this very moment. Once they understood that truth, there was no turning back. They knew they could no longer remain silent. They knew they had to prepare for the conversation they had imagined so many times. The incredible part is that this story is still building toward its greatest moment. Because what your soulmate is finally ready to say has the power to connect every chapter you have heard so far into one unforgettable message. The words they have been waiting to speak are closer than ever, and the next part reveals the reason they believe this conversation could become the most meaningful moment of their entire journey. So don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you, and the biggest revelation has not been spoken yet. A remarkable truth is finally beginning to unfold, and this is the moment your soulmate never believed they would reach. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every part of this story has been leading here, and what happens next explains why they suddenly feel an urgency they have never felt before. For so long, they searched for certainty in the outside world. They looked for signs in conversations, in timing, and in everyday moments. But the answer they were searching for was quietly growing inside their own heart. One peaceful moment changed everything. They stopped asking, "What if this is only a passing feeling?" and started asking, "What if this is the most important realization of my life?" That single question transformed everything. The memories that once seemed ordinary suddenly became extraordinary. They remembered laughter that lasted only a few seconds, conversations that seemed simple at the time, and moments of quiet understanding that needed no explanation. Looking back, they realized those moments had been building a story much bigger than either of them could see. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they reflected more deeply, another incredible realization appeared. They understood that every delay had served a purpose. Every unanswered question had taught patience. Every unexpected turn had quietly prepared them to appreciate what truly matters. Instead of seeing lost time, they began seeing hidden preparation. Instead of seeing distance, they saw growth. Instead of seeing silence, they saw a heart becoming ready to speak honestly. That realization filled them with a confidence they had never experienced before. Now they are no longer wondering whether they should speak. They are wondering how soon they can. Because there are words they no longer want to keep inside. There are thoughts that deserve to be heard. There is a conversation that has waited long enough. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came the biggest surprise of all. They imagined what life might look like years from now. They pictured new beginnings, meaningful moments, joyful celebrations, and peaceful days ahead. No matter how many different futures they imagined, one thing remained exactly the same. You were always there. That realization was impossible to ignore. It was not planned. It was not forced. It arrived naturally, clearly, and with complete certainty. For the first time, they stopped resisting what their heart had been trying to tell them all along. They accepted that some connections leave a lasting impression that only becomes stronger with time. From that moment forward, everything felt different. Every sunrise carried new hope. Every evening carried new gratitude. Every tomorrow felt filled with possibility. The hesitation that once held them back slowly disappeared, replaced by quiet determination. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now they are preparing themselves for the conversation they have imagined countless times. They are thinking carefully about every word because they want every sentence to be honest, meaningful, and unforgettable. They know this is not just another ordinary conversation. They believe it could become the moment that changes the direction of this entire story. That is why they feel the need to talk to you immediately. Not because they are rushing. Not because they are uncertain. But because they finally understand that meaningful opportunities should never be left waiting forever. The most extraordinary part is still ahead. There is one final truth they have not revealed. It is the discovery that answered every remaining question, removed every lingering doubt, and gave them complete confidence about what comes next. When that final truth is spoken, every chapter of this journey will connect perfectly, revealing why today became the turning point they will always remember. So don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter holds the message your soulmate has been carrying in silence for far too long, and it is closer than ever to being shared.